Okay. All right. Hello. Hey everyone, back again. So this is the second video. I've done the class yesterday, and for the whole day I've been trying to upload it, fix it, and apparently something went wrong, and the whole 15 minutes has been just deleted, disappeared. So boo-hoo. And so yeah, we'll go for it again, try it again. And I started the video by saying that I've seen a post from someone, just one post, saying about free classes and how yoga teachers' jobs are being taken, and something along those lines. And I just wanted to kind of make a note on that I really thought about it, and I had some of my own thoughts, but I just wanted you guys to let me know what you think about it. And all of you have my number, and please feel free to contact. We can talk about it if you have some thoughts. I had my own ideas about it, as I said, but I'm not going to get into them. I just wanted to bring it to your attention that that's something that I was kind of thinking of. But at the end of the day, I already decided that I'm going to do this class. I'm going to do other classes, so I'll be putting up those recordings, and yeah, so I'm going to carry on with them. So without further ado, we'll start the class, and we're going to start standing. So whenever you're ready, if you have a mat or don't have a mat, just find yourself somewhere standing comfortably. And I want you to look at your feet and spread out the toes, and just start sort of spread the toes and lower them down all the way onto the mat, onto the floor, and lean into your ball of your feet, onto your toes, lifting the heels up a little bit. So it would look like that. You spread the toes, lean forward, lift the heels up, and rocking forward and backward. So from your heel all the way to the toes, but every time you go towards your toes, spread them out wide. So really feel your toes spreading out, so activating all these muscles around your feet that you might not be using when you're in your shoes, or maybe not actively doing it. So a few more times, spreading the toes and going forward and back from the heels to your toes. And the next time you come to the top of your feet, so towards your toes, keep them spread, and then gently lean back to the center. So roll the shoulders back, turn the palms forward, and just for a couple of breaths, close your eyes. And I want you to do these micro movements forward and back, just the tiny ones, finding the center of your balance. So I am kind of exaggerating, going from side to side, but do it very small little movements, tiny bit forward, tiny bit back. And see which muscles engage, and see where in the body you're tensing a little bit to stop yourself from falling. Just becoming aware of your body balancing, keeping the eyes closed. Just 2 more breaths. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. And on the next inhale, gently blink the eyes open. On the inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. Look up, palms together, reach up towards the sky. On the exhale, release the shoulders down, keep the hands up, and start rocking forward and back. So coming up on the tippy toes, back on the heels. On the tippy toes, back on the heels. But do it every time, do it a bit slower. So rise up slower, stay a tiny bit, lower down. Keep the hands elevated, reaching through the fingertips, but shoulders are down. Next time you come up on your tippy toes, stay there, high on your tippy toes. And from there, very slowly start lowering down the bum, so going into the squat, at the same time releasing the hands in front of you. So slowly releasing all the way down until you come up onto your heels. Plant the palms in front of you and come back onto your fours. From here, we're going to start warming up the wrists a little bit. So spreading the fingers out wide and start rotating them different directions. So applying a bit more weight each time you move. So from side to side, fingers spread out wide. And again, feeling the floor, fingertips, knuckles, palm. And just moving from one direction to the other. Just make sure you go through the full range of motion. So fingers facing each other, fingers outside, fingers towards your knees. Thumbs maybe out and fingers towards your knees. Whatever feels nice, just rotating through the full range of motion of the shoulder, moving your wrists. Maybe even turning the palms upside down, fingers facing each other, and just gently rocking from side to side. And then just one more last exercise, so fingers facing forward. And I want you to put a little bit of weight in your wrist and then hop up onto your fingertips and back down. Onto the fingertips, back down. So go for 10 times fast. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake it off. And coming onto your onto all fours. Adjust the position. So make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Your spine is nice and neutral. And on the inhale, lowering the belly, pulling the chest forward, lift the head up, tailbone all the way up. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Make sure you create as much space between your belly, your chest, and the floor. Keep it here. 2 breaths with the spine really rounded, chin to the chest. Tuck your toes even, and then lift the knees a little bit off the mat, just a tiny bit. And when you're ready, keep the spine rounded. Start walking the feet towards your hands, slowly keeping the knees as low as you can. Walk all the way to the hands and walk all the way back. So 5 more times, all the way to the front, keeping the knees as low as you can and the spine rounded, chin to the chest. Keep on pushing the floor away. 3 more times, all the way to the front. Make sure your fingers are active, pressing into the mat, so you're not just dumping the weight into your wrists. 1 last time, and then walk back all the way to the front. And this time walk all the way back, all the way into plank. Tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the core, so push the floor away even further, creating more space between your belly and your chest. 1 more breath, and slowly come back into all fours. Maybe sit back onto your heels, shake off the wrists if need be. And when you're ready, you're going to come back onto all fours. So this time, make sure the fingers are spread out, index finger is pointing at 12 o'clock roughly. From there you can adjust for yourself. Tuck the tailbone under, and again on the exhale, round the back, chin to the chest. And on the inhale, lower the belly, chest forward, head up. And on the exhale, come back to neutral, so spine neutral. And from here, kick the right leg behind you. Keep the toes flexed, so if you look down and look towards the back, you should see your right foot. So don't lift it too high, just as high as you can while you can still see your toes. Suck the belly in towards the spine, finding balance, and then gently left hand reaches forward as well. Again, make sure that leg behind you doesn't go up. Push the right shoulder away. 1 more breath here. Whew. Inhale, and on the exhale, move the left hand out to the side, right leg out to the side as well. Back to the center. I'm gonna go for 5 of those more. Out to the side. 3, 2, pushing through the right shoulder, and last 1, out and coming back. Keep the leg where it is, release the hand down, right knee out to the side, elevate the knee higher than the foot, so you're not here, you're trying to be here. And I'm gonna go for 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there, keep the elbows straight, so especially the left elbow, don't let it bend. Extend the right foot out to the side and drop it down by your side. From here, draw 3 big circles with that right knee. So you're drawing big circles with the right knee. 1 direction, and then swapping the direction, going the other direction. Nice. And once you've done 3 circles, kick that leg behind you again, and slowly lower it down. Readjust the position, so make sure your hands are still underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And on the next inhale, left leg shoots behind. And again, look underneath you, make sure you can still see the toes, so you're not lifting the leg too high. Find balance here. Left shoulder pressing down, extending the right hand all the way to the front. And again, sucking the belly in towards the spine. So elevating, not dropping down. And again, look down, make sure you can still see the toes underneath. And when you're ready, I'm gonna go out to the side with the right hand and the left foot. So it looks like this from the front. You go, whoops, this way, here. Out, try not to kick your partner if you're working out with someone. 4, I think 5, 1 more time, out to the side and back normal, release the right hand down, and then bend the left knee, bring it out to the side, and then from here, especially watch for this right elbow, I'm gonna go for 5 pulses, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then extend the left knee, left foot, drop it down, and again 5 circles each direction, really opening up that left hip. And then changing the direction. Nice, and from there coming back onto all fours. Walk the hands slightly forward, so to the top of the mat or slightly further away forward towards the shoulders. Tuck your toes and gently start lifting the hips up all the way into downward dog. And take your time, so paddle the feet, bend the knees, one, the other one, just moving into downward dog. Keep the fingers spread out wide, so make sure you're pressing the fingers into the mat or the floor. So if I was to come over, which I obviously can't, but your fingers should not be light. I should not be able to lift your fingers. So if I was to come over and try to lift your fingers, they should be really stuck to the floor or the mat. Cool. And then slowly reducing any movement that you are doing there, coming into a bit of stillness in your pose. 2 breaths in here, still breathing through the nose. On the next inhale, coming up on the tippy toes, and slowly look in between your hands. On the exhale, walk all the way to the front into a forward fold. On the inhale, half lift up, lengthen. I want you to stay here for a couple of moments and imagine your upper body is parallel to the floor. So adjust if needed. If you need to bend the knees a tiny bit, but make sure your belly is kind of falling down a little bit, so you're not sucking in, you're not rounding the back. You're trying to stay with neutral spine as much as you can. Nice. So lean towards your tippy toes a little bit and extend the hands out by your side, but palms facing down. So the thumbs are turning out and palms facing down. And you see you have a nice neutral spine. So there's a natural lumbar curvature. There's a little bit of the thoracic spine curvature as well. So you try to keep the spine as neutral as you can. In here, 2 more breaths. Reaching forward through the crown of your head. Weight more in your tippy toes. And on the next exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. And on the exhale, straight away forward, fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift up, lengthen again. Bend the knees, plant the hands down, and stepping back into plank. And from plank, lower down onto the right side. So pivot the right heel down, left hand reaches up. Exhale, left hand down, pivot over to the other side with the feet, right hand reaches up. Coming back into plank, and from here either lower the knees down, let's start with knees down, and lean forward, so keep the elbows in, lean forward, lower down, not all the way, halfway there, lift back up, and one more time, lower down, elbows in, back up. If it's way too easy, you can come up into a plank, and one more time, lowering down, lifting back up, and from there, pointing the toes, dropping the hips down, pull the chest forward, push the floor away, up dog, exhale, back into downward dog. 2 breaths in here. On the next inhale, get ready, lift the right leg all the way up. And I want you to stay here for 3 breaths and watch your shoulders. So make sure your shoulders are not collapsing. They're both still pushing away the same way. Elbows are straight. And keep your hips squared for this one. So don't open the hip here. Keep them squared as much as you can. 1 more breath. On the inhale, look in between your hands. On the exhale, step that right foot onto the outside of the right palm. So you're stepping out to the right side of the right palm. And from here, just a few circles, adjust to make sure your hip is nice and comfortable. So just gentle movement and then changing the direction, moving on to the other side. Whoops. And then from here, shift a bit more weight into your left hand. So left hand stays on the floor, right hand reaches up into a twist. So reaching up with the right hand, make sure I'm not collapsing onto that left shoulder. Really push the floor away with the left hand. Lower the hips as much as you can, so the hips are as low as you can. Reaching up with that right hand. 1 more breath. On the exhale, slowly release that right hand behind you towards the back of the left leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward as much as you can. Inhale, all the way, sweep it all the way back towards the back leg. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward. Last time, inhale, reach all the way back. Exhale, reach forward, and this time drag that right hand towards the right leg. Bend the left knee and sit back into half split. So sitting back onto the left heel, extending the right foot in front of you. Flex the toes and just gently fold over that right leg. But make sure you don't go too much, so don't round the back too much. Just leaning forward with the chest. So the chest is moving forward, lengthening the right hamstring. One more breath. Bringing the hands closer to your body, straightening up the spine, flex the toes, keeping the right leg active. I'm going to go for 5 pulses, lifting the right leg up. So going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down, shift the weight forward, and straight away coming up into high lunge. Bring the hands all the way up. Inhale, lengthen through the fingertips. On the exhale, sweep the hands down, take a hold of your hips. And I want you to feel your hips and think about tailbone. So tuck your tailbone under. So you really, if I was to exaggerate the movement, I'm going from this, arching my back kind of thing, bending the knee and tucking the tailbone under. So in effect, I'm going from here to here with my bum. So instead of sticking it out, I'm bringing it in, if it makes sense. So from sticking it out, tuck it under, and really feel that lengthening of the left hip flexor. So if you do that, you'll go from here to a little bit here, so you'll feel that lengthening of the left hip flexors. Stay there for 2 breaths. Really start to maybe lower down a little bit if it feels nice. And then once you find that nice, strong position of the hips, start leaning forward and back a little bit. So moving with the hips, through the hips. So try to keep the upper body where it is, leaning forward and back. A few more times. Nice. And from there, shifting the weight slightly forward into the right foot, and we're gonna all come up into chair pose. So bringing the feet together. On the inhale, bring the hands all the way up, palms facing each other. Release the shoulders down. Deep inhale. On the exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift up, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands down, stepping back into plank. And from here, you can either use your knees or you can just go all the way down into Chaturanga. From there, lift back up and only then point the toes, drop the knees, drop the hips, lift the chest up. And on the exhale, back into downward dog. 2 long breaths. Make sure the fingers are spread out, elbows straight, look in between your hands. Check out that your index finger is pointing at 12 o'clock. On the next inhale, get ready. And on the exhale, maybe bring the left leg all the way up. Staying in a 3-legged dog. And again, check your form. Make sure you're not lifting that leg too high and losing the balance or losing the hips that are squared. So you're not opening the hips again, you're just keeping them squared. 1 more breath in here. On the inhale, get ready, look in between your hands. On the exhale, step that left foot onto the outside of the left hand. And again, maybe 3 big circles each direction, just opening up that hip. So going from one side, swapping the directions, going the other side. Nice. And this, once you find your comfortable position, right hand stays on the floor. With the left hand, start reaching up, all the way up, rotate the chest towards right. Keep the hips squared still, so although you're rotating the chest, you try to keep the hips square, so try not to pivot over with your hips. Just the chest rotates, staying strong with that right hand, push the floor away, lifting the left hand all the way up, and stay strong with the fingers. So imagine you're trying to reach something with your fingers. Hips squared, rotating through the chest. Nice. 1 more breath, deep inhale. On the exhale, reach backwards towards the back of the right leg. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, reach forward as much as you can. And on the inhale, sweep it all the way back. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, sweep back. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, sweeping back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep it, reach back. Exhale, forward. Last one. Inhale all the way back. Exhale, reach forward and gently draw that hand back towards the left foot, dropping the right knee down and sitting back into half split. So left knee straight, flex the toes of the left foot, and then just gently reaching forward with the chest. So instead of rounding the back, you're trying to really pull the chest forward. Roll the shoulders back down, reaching forward. Feel the lengthening of the left hamstring. 1 more breath. And then from there, slowly lifting all the way up, straightening the spine, staying on your fingertips, and then 5 pulses with the left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot back down, slowly lifting back up. Sweep the hands up all the way into high lunge, reaching up through the fingertips. Deep inhale. On the exhale, releasing the hands onto your hips. And again, the same thing, tuck the tailbone under. So really, I'm exaggerating this movement. So going from here, I'm going really a lot here. So you can see I'm drawing my belly in. So the belly comes in towards the spine. I'm elevating here. So everything is lifting up here. And I'm tucking the tailbone under. So instead of sticking the bum out, I'm tucking it under. I'm just kind of bringing it in. You should really feel the lengthening in your right hip flexor. So just muscles over here. And a couple more breaths here. See, every single time when you exhale, see if you can go a tiny bit maybe lower, introducing a little bit more stretch on that side. And then once you're kind of okay, I'm comfortable here, start going forward and back. A little bit of movement. Just actively going through a little bit more range. A few more times. And then from here, shifting the weight into the left foot, slowly stepping back into chair, sweeping the hands all the way up. I want to look down towards your toes, so make sure you can still see your toes between your knees. Palms facing each other, release the shoulders away from your ears, so lower them down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and sit a little bit lower with your hips, reaching up with the chest. 2 more breaths. On the next inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, bring the hands into heart center, press the palms together. Deep inhale. On the exhale, right elbow goes onto the left knee into a twist. Press into the palms, so you're twisting to the side. Make sure the knees are together and the right knee is not drifting forward. Keep them together. Press into the palms, opening up the chest to the left. 2 more breaths. From there, look down towards your feet, shift the weight into the left foot, and slowly step the right foot all the way back into high lunge, remaining in the twist. Find your balance. If you need to step that right foot a little bit out, make sure you're balanced so the feet are not in the same line. So if I'm here, I'm not trying to be here, I'm trying to be a little bit here, so I'm better balanced. 1 more breath. On the inhale, left hand reaches up. Reach up as much as you can, and imagine somebody's pulling you by that left hand. We're going to rise up, left hand goes behind us, right hand extends forward. Spread the fingers out wide as if you're reaching away, so you're creating a rotation through your torso, trying to keep the hips squared. So just opening up with the shoulders and reaching far with the hands. Okay, from here on the next inhale, we're going to come up to the center. So from the rotation, coming back to the center, bending the elbows, lifting the elbows up so they're in line with your shoulders. Spread the fingers out wide. 1 breath. This is the starting position. So inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. On the exhale, rotate right hand forward, left one back, and lowering the knee down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Extend the hands. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand forward, left one back. Inhale up. Exhale down, just touch this, kiss the mat with your knee. Inhale back up, exhale down, and 1 more time. Inhale up, exhale down, stay down, but keep the knee just hovering off the mat for 2 long breaths. Deep inhale, deep exhale, and 1 more. Inhale, exhale, and rising up all the way up. And then leaning forward, keeping the hands where they are. Lean forward as much as you can until you start shifting the weight to the left foot, and slowly with control, draw the right leg all the way up. Forward fold, release the hands, lift the right leg up all the way up. Standing split. With 2 breaths, you're trying to lower the chest down while lifting the right leg up. Staying on your fingertips. And slowly walk the fingertips slightly forward so the chest elevates. Deep inhale. On the exhale, bend the knee, bend both knees. Right knee coming towards the left ankle. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower the right knee towards the left ankle. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Lower down. Bring it back up. And last one, lower down. Bring it all the way back up. And slowly, we're going back into that long high lunge, lifting the hands all the way up. On the exhale, hands into heart center. Press the palms together. Deep inhale. On the exhale, right elbow goes back onto the left knee. Press the palms together. Find your twist. And then from here, look down, shift the weight into the left foot, and stepping back into the chair, twisted chair. Inhale, back to the center, palms together. Exhale. On the inhale, sweep the hands all the way up, palms together. On the exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift up, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping back into plank. From here, slowly your variation of chaturanga, so lowering down, pointing the toes, lift back up again, and then lower the hips, pull the chest through into up dog. 2 breaths. And on the next inhale, prepare. On the exhale, pivot over back into downward dog. 2 long breaths here. On the inhale, right leg rises up. Point the toes. Keep the hips squared for now. On the exhale, look in between your hands, bend the right knee, pivot forward and reach towards your right wrist with the right knee. From there, lift it up, right knee towards your armpit, lower down, back to the armpit, lower down, kick it back into 3-legged dog. 1 more breath. On the inhale, prepare. The right knee will go to the left wrist twist, up towards the armpit, down to the wrist, up to the armpit, down to the wrist, kick it all the way back up. Nice, lower down. Nice, 2 breaths. Reset your position. Make sure fingers are spread out wide, elbows straight. Strong down dog. On the next inhale, left leg rises up. And again, adjust your stance, so make sure the hips are squared, left leg is straight as much as it can be. On the inhale, prepare, look in between your hands. On the exhale, left knee comes to the left wrist, rise up to the armpit, come down to the armpit, come down, and kick it back all the way back into 3-legged dog. 1 breath. I'm gonna go for the twist now. So when you're ready, left knee reaches forward toward the right wrist, lift up to the armpit, come down, up to the armpit, come down, and kick it all the way back into 3-legged dog, and slowly back into down dog. Nice thing, in a down dog, place the feet a little bit wider than you normally would, and start bending the knees towards the floor, lowering the hips down towards your heels. Bring the hips up. And again, just a few times, lowering the knees, lowering the hips, keeping the elbows straight, lifting up. 1 more time, coming down, lifting up. And this time when we come down, from coming down, we're gonna hop all the way to the front with our feet to the outside of our hands, so like a frog jump. But do it really slowly with control, elbows straight, hop all the way to the front. Nice. Use your elbows to open up those knees, just going from one side to the other. Gently moving. Place the right hand onto the left ankle, and with the left hand, sweep it all the way up. Exhale, twist under. Inhale all the way up. Exhale under. And 1 more time, inhale all the way up. And a few pulses with that left hand, so back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down, swapping the hands, so the left hand goes onto the right ankle. With the right hand, sweep it up, open up. Exhale under. Inhale up. Exhale under. And 1 more time, inhale up. And then a few pulses, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. And then gently start lifting up the hips, coming into this kind of lazy forward fold. Keep the head heavy. Leave the hands on the floor. And on the inhale, slowly vertebra by vertebra, rising all the way up into standing. Roll the shoulders back, lift the head up. And from there, keeping the toes together, maybe heels slightly apart. Gonna come back into chair, so sweeping the hands in front of us first, keeping the palms facing each other, lower down into chair. Bring the shoulders back in, lower them down. Shoulder blades together, palms facing each other, fingers spread out wide. Lower the hips, lift the chest, and gently elevate the hands a tiny bit. And again, bring the shoulders back in. 1 more breath. Your weight should be in your heels, not your toes. Look down, make sure you can still see your toes, and then bring the hands a tiny bit more higher. not all the way up. And watch your ribs. Make sure the ribs are not flaring when you do that. One more breath. And then come to your maximum range of motion. So whatever your shoulders go without flaring the ribs. So try to keep the ribs in. The torso, the upper body is nice and neutral. One more breath. Deep inhale. On the exhale, bring the hands into heart center. Press the palms together. We're going to go for the other side. So from here, inhale, lift up through the chest or through the crown of your head. Exhale, left elbow to the right knee. Press into the palms, into the twist. If your balance allows, look up. Make sure you're pressing into the palms, increasing the rotation of the torso. And make sure the knees are staying together. 2 more breaths. On the next inhale, look down, shift the weight into the right foot and slowly stepping the left foot all the way back into high lunge. And again, adjust your position. Make sure you're nice and stable before we move. So you're on the right side, palms pressing together, increasing the twist. Once you feel nice and stable, one more breath here. And on the inhale, right hand rises up, spread the fingers out wide, reaching up towards the ceiling. And on the next inhale, slowly coming back up. Right hand behind you, left hand is in front of you. Whew. Adjust your stance and make sure you're nice and comfortable. Reaching away with your hands. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more breath. And then bringing the hands to the center. So turning the torso to the front, bending the elbows, lift the elbows to the height of your shoulders, fingers spread out wide. And then on the inhale, get ready. On the exhale, left hand forward, right one back, lower the knee. Inhale back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Left hand forward, right one back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Just one more time. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down and stay here for 2 long breaths. Deep inhale, just hovering off the floor. Deep exhale, deep inhale, exhale. On the next inhale, rising up. Hands again, bending the elbows. And from here, tilt forward and very slowly start pivoting forward. But take your time here. Very slowly lifting up the left leg and then lowering the upper body down, releasing the hands down into standing split. From here, a couple of breaths, lifting that left leg as high as you can, lowering the chest as low as you can. 2 more deep breaths. And then walk the fingers slightly further away from you, so your chest elevates a little bit. Deep inhale. On the exhale, left knee towards the right ankle, lower down. Inhale up. Lower down, bend the knees, back up, lower down, back up, and last 2 times down, back up, and slowly lower back down, lift it all the way back up, and from here slowly we're going to go back into high lunge. So pivoting back, left leg reaches back, back all the way, sweep the hands all the way back up into a high lunge. Deep inhale. On the exhale, bringing the hands into heart center, pressing the palms together, reaching up with the crown of your head. On the exhale, left elbow onto the right knee and press the palms together, opening the chest to the side. 1 more breath. Looking down towards the right foot, shifting the weight forward, slowly step all the way back into chair, twisted chair. Inhale, back to the center. Reaching the hands all the way up, palms facing each other. Deep inhale. On the exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And on the inhale, sweep the hands all the way back up. On the exhale, release the hands down to heart center. Nice. From here, shifting the weight into your left foot. Lift the right knee up as high as you can. Use your hands to bring it up even higher. A few circles with that right ankle. And then release the knee, but keep it as high as you can. Reaching forward with your hands. Place the palms as if you're pushing the wall away. And we're going to go first with 5 pulses up with that right knee. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, Imagine you're pushing the floor away, bringing the knee into the chest. Inhale up, exhale, push away. Inhale up, exhale, push. Inhale up, exhale, push. And one more time, inhale up, exhale, push the floor away, hold it there. 2 breaths. And on the inhale, bring the hands all the way up, sweep them behind you and catch the right ankle behind your back. Nice. So lift up, make sure your belly is sucking in so the knees are close together or as close as they can be. So try not to keep that knee here, knees together. Squeeze that right heel towards your bum as much as you can. Suck the belly in. So make sure again what we did with the tailbone. Try to tuck the tailbone under so the right glute is engaged, the left glute is engaged. Left hand reaches up. Reach up as much as you can and then release that right foot. Right hand reaches up as well. So reaching up with both hands, reaching up. Deep inhale, reaching up. And on the exhale, start moving that right foot behind you, but keep the upper body where it is. So the right foot is reaching back and up while you're trying to keep the body upright. Nice, so reaching back, but here, try to remain tall, reaching up with the hands. One more breath. And on the exhale, knee to the chest, bring the elbows close. And on the inhale, rise up with the hands, release that foot all the way down. And on the exhale, release the hands back into heart center. Just one deep breath. And we're gonna go for the other side. So stay on the right foot, ground to the right foot, bring the left knee in, and then hug that knee in, lift it higher, maybe a few circles with that left ankle. And then releasing the hands. From here, bringing the hands in front of you. And again, place them as if you're standing, pushing against the wall. I'm gonna go for 5 pulses first. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the knee high. Inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, push the floor away, knee to the chest. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to the chest, push the wall away. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale up, knee to the chest. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, knee to the chest, hold it there. 2 long breaths. On the next inhale, bring the hands all the way up and sweep the hands all the way behind you. Catch that left foot behind your back. Squeeze it close to your bum as much as you can. Bring the knees together. Find your balance. It usually helps if you find the spot on the floor, on the wall that isn't moving to help you with balance. And then slowly bringing the right hand all the way up. Reach up as much as you can, lengthening through the torso. And then release the left hand, bring the left hand all the way up as well. Try to keep the upper body straight as much as you can. Reach up through the hand, through the crown of your head. And on the exhale, start moving that left leg behind you. Lifting up, but not collapsing in the lower back. So keep the belly sucked in. Don't let your lower back arch. Your glutes and your left hamstring is working really hard here to keep that leg elevated. One more breath. And on the exhale, bring that knee into the chest. Lower down. Kiss the knee maybe. Inhale. Lift all the way back up with the hands. Lower the foot down. And on the exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift up, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands down. Stepping back into plank. From plank, your variation of chaturanga. Make sure you're keeping the elbows in. So when you're lowering down, don't let the elbows play out here. Keep them in tight. Lean forward. Back up. I'm going to do 3 of those. Lower down. Back up. Feel free to do that on your knees. Last one. Lower down. Back up. Point the toes. Drop the hips. Pull the chest through. One more breath. And on the exhale, or inhale over the toes back into downward dog. Guys, I say inhale, exhale, but feel free to, some people prefer to inhale in different positions and exhale, so don't feel tied or bound to my instructions. If it makes more sense to inhale when you come down or rise up, feel free to modify and see what works for you. 2 more breaths here. On the next inhale, right leg rises up. Try not to kick anything. Bend the knee and this time open the hip up. But watch the right shoulder, so make sure it doesn't elevate. Drop it down, so square the shoulders. Try to make the rotation out from the hip. So guys, you're trying to keep the shoulder squared and just opening up the hip and reaching up as high as you can with that right knee. So the hip is open, reaching up with the knee, but the shoulders remain square, so don't collapse into that left shoulder. Which leg is this? Right? Okay, so with the right leg. So see, this might happen quite a lot, so try to keep them squared, just opening up the hip. One more breath. And slowly bring it back down. Adjust your stance, make sure the fingers are still spread out wide. On the next inhale, left leg rises up. Bend that knee, and again, open up the hips, but try not to drop the right shoulder down. Square the shoulders, just the hip opening up. 3 long breaths, wherever you are. And then slowly lower it back down. Now from there, again, step the feet a little bit wider. If you have a mat, maybe mat width apart, bending the knees, and sit back as much as you can, looking in between your hands, elbows straight, fingers spread out wide. Imagine your fingers act like brakes, so spring back up to the front. Premature jumping, so go up here, staying on your shoulders. So go up to the point where your shoulders are stacked over your hands. So go to here and back. So just feel that position here, stop. So go back, sit back, lean forward and stop. Use your fingers as brakes. So once you come up here, really press your fingers down to stop you. Just to feel that engagement of your fingers when you come here. So down, back up, down, and really make it fast, but really stop yourself there with your fingers. Just feel the fingers engage. Nice. And then next time we're gonna do that, we're gonna hop forward. So hop, forward, and straight away, keeping the elbows straight, lift the hips up and jump back into the same place. Yeah, so gonna go 3 times. Up to the front, try to land as soft as you can, and the same to the back, soft and quiet. Up to the front, back. Last one. Nice, and from here, coming back into down dog. Bringing the feet closer together. On the inhale, look in between your hands. Come up on your tippy toes. On the exhale, walk all the way to the top into forward fold. Inhale, half lift up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands into heart center. Pressing the palms together, so press them really hard. Elbows up, so create this kind of a straight line. Inhale, lengthen through crown of your head. Lower the shoulders down. And then start pressing the hands as hard as you can. So really they should be shaking. And then move the hands to your left shoulder. Keep that line, so try not to drop here, and shoulders down. Press it all the way to the side. Hold it there, keep on pressing against each hand. And then bring it back to the center. Keep on pressing, lower the shoulders down, shoulder blades together. And then go over to the right shoulder. Again, resisting as much as you can with your hands. One more breath. And slowly pushing it back to the center. Keep on pressing the hands together. And then extending those hands. You're standing, guys. I'm just sitting here just to demonstrate it. Extending hands forward. Keep on still pressing them. So you see my hands are still actively pressing. Lower the shoulders down. Press the hands together. And from there, now slowly start separating the hands. Palms together. Ooh, feels strange. Lower the shoulders down. Slowly come up on your tippy toes. And from here, we're gonna start lowering down. So knees can travel forward a bit, hips lowering down. Slowly, with control, until we're kind of halfway there. I'm gonna hold here for 10 seconds. 9, turn the palms down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower down, all the way down, slowly, slowly, with control until you're on your heels. And then reaching forward with your hands round the back and drop the heels down and drop the bum down so you're sitting on the mat or on the floor or wherever you are. Find that position where you're between your sitting bone and your tailbone. So you're kind of in that soft area in between. So if you roll back too much, you're on your tailbone. If you roll forward too much, you're on your sitting bones. So find the place in the middle that works for you. And then from there, try to keep the spine as neutral as you can. There will be a little bit of rounding, which is fine. Relax your neck, hands underneath your knees, and lean backwards. Still remain in between your sitting bones and your tailbone. Lifting the legs up. From here, extend the hands forward. And pick your variation. We're gonna stay here for 7 breaths. So you can either stay here, you can lift the legs up. Oh my God, no, not today. I'm gonna keep them bent. And breathe. 5 more breaths. 4 more. 2 more breaths. And for added benefit, if you want to stay here, stay here. Otherwise, you can lean back a little bit, straighten the knees out, and maybe extending or lowering drop the lower back down, and then bring the hands all the way up behind you. Inhale, on the exhale, come up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, come up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, come up. Last one, lower down. Exhale, come up. Beautiful. Release the feet down. Nice. Ooh. Move the feet over the knees from side to side. Relax any tension. And then the last one that we're going to do that requires a little bit of tension. Bring the hands behind your back. Knees, kind of feet hip distance apart. So try not to drop the knees together or splay them out. Keep them nice and parallel. And from here, hands behind your back, you can turn the thumb or the fingers towards your bum first, and then lifting the hips up. See the way my knees travel kind of a bit forward? So you feel free to walk the feet a little bit forward, so you're in a nice, comfortable position, and thrust the hips up, keep the chin to the chest. So don't drop the head back, keep it chin to the chest. Keep on elevating through the hips, and then slowly coming back down. Now try the different variation with the hands, so maybe turn the fingers away from you, and do the same thing. Come back all the way up and see how the shoulders feel in this position. Make sure, guys, your knees are parallel, so you're not dropping them in or you're not opening them out. So you're keeping them parallel. Lift the hips up, chin to the chest, and come down. So pick your variation, whatever works with your fingers. You can even keep the fingers out to the side. Whatever is nice and comfortable for your shoulders. We're going to do this one more time, but we're going to hold it a bit longer. So again, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, lift the hips up. Again, adjust your position if need be there. And really thrusting the hips upwards, keeping the chin to the chest. Deep, long breaths. We're going to stay here for about 10 breaths. But if you feel that, okay, this is easy enough, feel free to start with the left leg. So bring the left knee, this is optional, left knee up. Make sure your hips are not falling down, so keep on lifting the hips. Maybe lift the left, straighten the left knee, and then 5 pulses up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knee, back down. Lift the hips up, make sure the hips are not falling. Right knee in. Again, this is optional. Straighten the knee, and 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it in, lower down. 3 more breaths. On the next exhale, slowly lowering down all the way down. Extending the left leg out. Bringing the right knee into the chest, round the back, and very slowly roll down all the way onto your back. Hugging the right knee into the chest. A few circles with that right ankle. Release the right hand out by your side, and with the left hand, guide your right knee across the body over into a twist. Looking over to your right, and adjust the angle of that knee, so bring it higher or lower, but try to keep the right shoulder on the mat. Long 5 breaths. Try to send your breath into your belly. So when you inhale, feel the belly expand. On the exhale, soften. 3 more breaths. Try to let gravity do all the work. There shouldn't be any tension, any effort here. Try to relax. Let the twist happen naturally. Last breath. And on the inhale, starting with the head, so bring the head back to the center first, and bring the right knee into the chest very slowly. Maybe a few circles with that right ankle. Different directions, and then hug the left knee in, release the right leg out, and again maybe a few circles with that left ankle. Keep the right hand on the left knee, extend the left hand out by your side, and bring that left knee across the body over to your right. Make sure the left shoulder doesn't lift. Even if it lifts a little bit, it's okay, but try to keep it as low as you can. And again, guys, from here you can adjust, either bring the knee higher or bring it lower, whatever works for you. Also, you can use the pillow here if it's too much of a stretch. You can use the pillow underneath your knee, so it's a bit nicer landing on that side, looking over to your left. And again, deep breaths into your belly. So try to let the belly expand. I know it's kind of in a twisted position, but that's the whole point. You want to create that bit of a pressure in the lower abdominal area. Try to kind of lengthen the lower back, if that makes sense, when you inhale, creating a bit more pressure there. 3 more long breaths. Trying to relax, let the gravity do all the work here. You can gently use that right hand, maybe on the left knee, to kind of gently encourage you to go down a bit. One more breath. And then turning the head back to the center, bringing the left knee back into the chest, and just a few circles with that left ankle. And then bring the right knee into the chest as well. This time, flex the toes, lift the feet up as if you're standing on the ceiling, widen the knees out, bring the hands in between your legs, palms facing up, and then catch whatever you catch with your legs. Maybe you'll catch here, maybe you'll catch a bit lower, but make sure your shoulders remain on the floor and your tailbone is not, you're not rounding the back, your tailbone remains on the floor, and then just gently rocking from side to side. Just a very gentle movement. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. Knees dropping down, really opening up those hips. And then slowing down the movement, just for 2 breaths. Staying still here, only the toes are flexed, so the calves are active. And then slowly releasing the left leg out, releasing the right leg out. Let the feet flop out to the side. Maybe just bring in toes in and out, so kind of wiggle the legs in and out a few times, relaxing any tension around the hips, the ankles. Release the hands by your side, palms facing up, fingers slightly curled. And make any movements that you need to make. Make sure you're nice and comfortable, so nothing is sort of tense, nothing is uncomfortable. And just gently close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath through the nose, deep inhale through the nose. And out through the mouth. And one more inhale through the nose. Very deep inhale. And exhale out through the mouth. And from here, let the breath return back to normal. And just scanning the body from top of your head. Make sure there's no tension in your forehead, around your eyes, your facial muscles, your jaw is relaxed, neck. And just keep on going down through the body, just scanning the shoulders, the arms, the chest, the back, all those muscles that we've been working on. Just make sure there is no tension, you're not holding anything anywhere. The hips, the legs, thighs, your calves, ankles. And at the same time, I always come back to my face and neck, because this is the area that we hold most tension. Either frowning, squeezing our forehead, tightening the jaw, even pursing or changing something with the lips, the neck. So always come back to those areas and make sure there's no tension in there. And guys, feel free to stay here for as long as you want to. Just for the purpose of the video, I'm going to carry on, so whenever you're ready, actually maybe stay here for a couple more breaths. Don't want to drag you out of it straight away. I should stop talking. And then when you're ready, introducing a bit of movement into your fingers and your toes. Again, gently start circling the ankles and the wrists. Maybe moving the head from left to right. And then next inhale, bring the hands all the way up above your head and make sure you have enough space. And then reaching up with the right hand and away with the left foot. And then up with the left hand, down with the right foot. So it's kind of going from side to side. If you're kind of climbing the ladder, if that makes sense. But try to lengthen one side, extending the opposite leg and opposite hand. And on the next exhale, bringing the knees into the chest, hugging it in. And rocking from side to side until you come up onto your right side of the body. Right hand under your head as a pillow, with the left hand helping you lift up all the way into a comfortable seated position. Maybe cross the legs or keep the legs in front, whatever works for you. And from there, I'm going to have 2 long breaths together. So I'm inhaling through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Nice, cool. So thanks for the class. Oh, thanks for, I don't know, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I'll see you next time. And again, as I mentioned, if you have any thoughts about all these recordings or anything else, feel free to contact me. We're still here, stuck for another while, I think. I don't know what's going to happen with all these things. So anyway, we'll keep in touch, and I hope you find this class useful, and I will be making a few more others. So feel free to make any suggestions. Other than that, see you soon. I mean, you will see me soon, maybe.